I actually used two main categories, and you brought up pain of life. And I go for moments of helplessness that exhibit the characters having to deal with pain. And the categories I use are fear, shame, guilt, betrayal, and loss or death. But I also, because only half of our behavior is formed by our bad experiences, we also have great many good experiences. And those patterns of behavior that come from the bad experiences, I call pathological maneuvers. They're defense mechanisms. But what develops from our positive moments of helplessness, I call persistent virtues. It's when we find that we're capable of now taking those 5 bad ones, instead of fear, courage, instead of shame, pride, instead of guilt, forgiveness, instead of betrayal, trust, instead of loss, connection, or death, love. And you don't need to explore all of those. I tend to explore 3 to 5 of them. But I'd like to explore the positive ones. Like you said, what would be moment of greatest pride? I call it the golden moment. When was my character's golden moment? And I always find it revealing, at what point in his life or her life was it? Was it early on? Well, then what's happened since? Has it been 20 years since that golden moment? Has it been 2 months since that golden moment? What if it's later in life? They didn't achieve that golden moment till much later. Why? What kept them from it? So all sorts of interesting story questions emerge simply by asking, when was that moment in their life? The same thing with connection. When was, and I love the way Gil did it. I love you, ... meaning that you have said it aloud to someone. When was that? Was it when you were a kid? And there was a parent or a friend that you truly loved? Were you incapable of that until you were older? So these questions are interesting, not just in terms of what they reveal about the character's past, but when these events happen, tell you a lot about the shape and contour of that character's life. And from just those questions, those moments, and then trying to figure out when they happened, you can begin developing a whole story on that character.